everybody today? Nice day outside, isn't it? It's about time, huh? Quick story, I was talking to my family out on the West Coast and they were just crying. Just, oh, it's so cold and windy and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, okay, Californians, what's the temperature out there? Oh, it's 54. My goodness. So we set the record straight on that one. Let me tell you. So hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to make sure I kick off with a nice thank you to our host Pizza Ranch and Steve Cronin. They always do an absolutely wonderful job for us. I know my family loves coming here. So again, Pizza Ranch and Steve, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Some things that are going on. We're going to continue to beat the drum on this, but our golf tournaments are coming up. The websites are live if you want to register online. The Mines Masters down in Arizona is April 7th. The Alumni Golf Classic is April 20th, and the Community Golf Classic is June 4th. You can get to all of those websites through hardrockclub.org. You can find those and get linked into the registration pages. So please do that. Schedule of what's ahead. Men's and women's basketball. We have senior day this Friday. We host Western State, Colorado. Women's game at 5:30. Men's game at 7:30. Again, that's senior day. So that's really a great opportunity to come out and say thank you to the young men and women who've poured their heart and souls into being hard rockers. Then the week after that, men's and women's basketball are on the road at Regis on Friday, and then at Shadron State Saturday, and then the following week after that, the RMAC tournament starts. So we're coming to the end of the regular season pretty quickly. Everything you can do to get out to our games and support our young men and women is fantastic. Men's and women's track and field. They just competed this last weekend, but this upcoming weekend, they are once again up at Spearfish all day on Saturday. And then the week after that, on Friday and Saturday, the 23rd and 24th, they will be at RMAC Indoor Championships hosted by Colorado Mines. So again, anything we can do to support them as well is very much appreciated. Now that is my segue to Coach Schafer. Jerry, would you come on up and let us know how things are going with track and field?
Thank you. It's been a couple weeks since I've been to a luncheon, so we kind of have practices going on all day long, and sometimes I don't get away quick enough to come to the luncheon. But, so I'd like to update you real quick on 2 weeks ago we were at Black Hill State, about 2.5 weeks ago, for the Dave Little Invitational, and probably the biggest highlight from that meet, I won't go into details about most of the highlights, but Jack Batho, our big burly thrower slash football player, set provisional qualifying marks in both the weight throw and the shot put, both events. Most notably in the weight throw, he broke the old record by about 18 inches, which was held by Everett Brill a few years ago, also a football track guy. And Everett got to meet Jack last night, because Everett is on campus this week for career fair, and so that was kind of fun to introduce him to the other throwers and especially to Jack. And so I introduced him last night, and I said, Jack, this gentleman has a bone to pick with you. He's not happy with you, so it's kind of fun to introduce him that way. But so Jack had a really good meet back at Black Hill State, and then we took a week off, tried to train through, and went to SDSU to compete last Friday and Saturday. Very, very good meet for us. We love going to that 300-meter track out there. You know, it's phenomenal for the kids. They don't have as tight of turns, and they're able to put down some really good times and performances. So we took 30 kids with us, which is more than we've taken in years past. And we had 19 personal bests out of those 30. 2 school records. Freshman Andy Ferris set a school record in the indoor 800 meter took a couple seconds off that record. So that was a big boost. We've been waiting for him to start to have his breakthrough. He's 1:53 half miler coming out of high school, so indoors now he's a couple seconds off of his personal best outdoors in high school, and we're expecting he's probably going to get that indoors this year. So that moved him up just a hair on the conference performance list, so he has a shot at getting into the conference in Golden in a couple weeks. The other record was held by our men's indoor distance medley relay, and 3 of the 4 guys that ran it last year were on the team again this year, and they took, I believe, 12 seconds off of that relay time, and so that was great performance on their part. We really had some breakthroughs with our distance runners this last week, which I'll talk about in a moment. We also had 6 athletes that got onto the Mines or improved their performances on the Mines top 10 list in their events. So it was definitely a fun weekend as far as watching the kids start to have that breakthrough, and especially where we need to have some good performances in order to be a top 18 in our events to get into the conference championship in 2 weeks. So we took some strides to get there, and we like what we're seeing from our kids. So again, the notables of this last weekend's meets, Jack Batho was 5th in the shot this week. He improved his personal best in the indoor shot. He's still about 3.5 to 4 feet off of the indoor record from back in the mid-90s. Ryan Gage, who was also a football track guy. But Jack is inching his way up towards that record, and he's got his sights set on that. So I believe his throw was 53 feet and 7+ inches. So pretty decent throw. It currently ranks him 37th in the on the national ranking list. He did not improve his weight throw at SDSU, but he did finish 10th overall out of about 45 athletes. And he currently ranks 19th nationally in the weight throw with his school record from a couple weeks ago. He'll have to be in the top 16 in order to get into the national championship. So this week and next week are pretty important for him to get that better performance to give him a shot at getting into the national meet. But he's close. So our distance squad, just to highlight, they were pretty phenomenal this last weekend. They really showed great improvement besides Andy in the 800 and the DMR. In the individual events, out of the 11 athletes, distance runners that we took, 9 of them had personal bests. So they really outdid themselves, and we were extremely pleased with their improvement. Same with the sprint squad, not quite as successful as the distance runners, but in our runners, our sprinters from the 60 meter up to the 400 meter, 9 of the athletes that we had there, of those 9, 6 also set personal bests. So, and then after that we had a couple of personal bests in some other field events and some jumping events. So probably the most, one of the most fun to watch was we have a freshman gal that we recruited as a sprinter. She hadn't pole vaulted since her sophomore year, Erica Keeble, and about halfway through the fall she decided she wanted to try pole vault again. When I had talked to her last year, she said no way did she want to pole vault, and so we were just looking at her as a sprinter, and she decided maybe she wanted to try the pole vault again. And on Saturday she took, or she added 11 inches to her personal best from 2 weeks ago at the Black Hills State meet. Really good performance. She's starting to look on the pole just like the guys. I mean, she's getting upside down and getting long, and the bar just keeps going up, and she just keeps attacking it. So doesn't hurt that she's a 60-meter sprinter as well, so she's got great runway speed, and that really gives her a huge upside going forward in the vault as well. So that's my update. Any questions? Yeah.
If you know, Jerry, how many people have been qualified for the conference meeting?
How many qualified?
Yeah.
18.
So how many of our
Of our athletes, yeah.
have qualified?
Yeah, I was just looking at that the other day. Right now with the 4x4 relays and the distance medley relays, which we are allowed to have, every school gets one team. We have 18 men and 8 women qualified for the conference right now. So we're looking to add to that. We think we've got some pole vaulters and a couple more throwers that have a good shot at getting into the conference as well. And some of our sprinters are a little bit off the mark, but also are capable of moving into that top 18 in their events. So this Saturday's critical for us. That's the last chance to get a mark to be able to get into the conference. So we're going to have to really be on our best this week. So. Yeah.
Like this, my field knowledge is lacking. When you say weight throw, is that like hammer throw?
It's like the indoor hammer, and
okay.
So the outdoor hammer, they throw well over 200 feet,
yeah.
the best throwers, so can't really do that inside. So what they do is they add weight and they just put a handle on an extra heavy shot, and it's for the men it's 35 pounds, for the women it's 20 pounds.
So it looks kind of like a kettlebell then, or kettlebell?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we use kettlebells and some other implements to practice their turns.
Okay.
So if you've ever watched the hammer or don't know anything about it, it's kind of a reverse turn, and it's pretty interesting. And so and that's the same turn they use for the weight throw. And if you can imagine, 35-pound ball flying through the air about 62 feet. Well, that's where Jack's at. So when we watch him in practice on Mondays and Wednesdays, he's throwing probably 2/3 of the way across the gym. So he's
catching those, Brad.
pretty beastly. Other questions? Thank you.
Coach, thank you very much. Hey, Coach, what is once again the date of our home meet this year? It's April 14th. April 14th. Okay, excellent. If you have not been to a track and field meet before, you need to get out to one. The athleticism is just outstanding. Jason Henry, come up and tell us about men's basketball.
All right, glad to be back at Pizza Ranch. Always a favorite of mine, especially the chicken around here. So he's done a great job at helping us out. So thanks again to him. As far as our week goes, just to recap again, most of you, it seemed like, saw a lot of you guys there. As far as at the Black Hill State game, didn't come away with the result that we wanted, and fought like a Dickens, and had some great opportunities, including the last shot of the game, and it doesn't go in. But our guys did some good things. I didn't know what to expect kind of in that game, as far as between the two teams and being on the road and coming back. After that, both of us were in the same situation, and took kind of a quick turnaround on that Tuesday. And I tell you what, both teams in my mind, buckled down. Obviously, there was great energy in the gym that really helped everybody and kind of fought through some of that so-called tiredness, and mentally and physically. And I thought it was an exceptional college basketball game, especially going back and watching it again. So I was excited about that our guys came ready to go and got after it. And like I said, it definitely stinks, us being them that we're playing and not coming away with the win and having opportunities to do that. So then we turned around and had a day off finally on that Wednesday after practicing that Sunday, and then some things that we talked about last Tuesday of just kind of trying to grind it out a little bit, and took that Wednesday off, came back, got ready for Saturday's game against Colorado Mines, which didn't have a great start, and that's something that we've really looked at as a coaching staff. Whether it's starting lineups, whether it's running script plays, whether we've tried a number of different things to get going, and in that one we just didn't have a good start again too. So they came out, granted part of it was us, and come back and we got the exact looks that we wanted. Didn't knock them down, and they came down, hit a couple shots, and of course we gave them a couple good looks. So we're still trying to figure that out and come up with a better game plan going in to make sure that we do get better starts. And oftentimes we have throughout the year, and then we have starts like that. Bottom line is, calling quick timeout, got things reorganized, really did change a lot within that. Shots started going in, and we just started guarding. So we gave up in the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds, we gave up 15 points. The next 15 minutes, we gave up 17 points. So, I mean, talk about guys just, taking pride in buckling down, getting those defensive stops. And then, of course, we scored along with it, which definitely helped. And we're right there at halftime. Came out the second half and only scored 21 points. Our defense kind of faltered a little bit, which is hard. We talk about that a lot, even if you have an older group and that kind of thing. If you're not scoring the basketball, it really affects you on the defensive end. The game before, though, or 2 games before down in Metro, we really talked about that after the game, that I was pretty proud of our guys that, even though the ball wasn't going in the hole, it didn't affect us in that game on the defensive end. And that same thing went the other way. Against Mines, ball wasn't going in the hole, scored 21 points, and just did get the stops that we needed as well against a very, very good team. So, that part of it too, our game plan going in worked out pretty good in the first half. They're a high-powered team. They're a top team in the country. You got to kind of pick your poison and kind of go in and figure out scout-wise, what you're going to do, who you're going to give up, what you're going to, try to take away. And we definitely did what we were supposed to do on that side. Problem is, they went to a kid, especially in the second half, that was our game plan, and he made us pay for it. So took away their best scores. They had 17 threes the game before. We really had to get out and guard them. Our guys did an exceptional job. In fact, we started face guarding them. We started doing some different things against their guards, and the freshmen stepped up and made some plays. So, tribute to them, and we keep plugging away with it. Got to get back at it on Monday, I guess was yesterday. Did a good job coming in. We have competition Monday. We still got a number of guys sick. In fact, more than even we had last Saturday with a couple guys out in that game against Mines. Turned around, actually had a pretty competitive practice. A couple guys, kind of willed themselves through it. Didn't come today to practice because they're sick. So we're fighting through some of that stuff right now. I know Tom asked me before the game and before he even knew about our sickness and stuff, and just talking about, not having great luck this year, and whether the ball bounce in, whether the guys hurt, guys sick, those kind of things. And I told him, we actually got some guys sick too, and he kind of looked at me like, holy cows, kind of thing. So, but I can't say enough about our guys just filling in those spots. Somebody else stepping up. Jay Keith had a, I think he was 4 for 4 in the first half. Then we try going to him a little bit more in the second half, and of course they changed their game plan a little bit to make sure he doesn't go 4 for 4 again. So moving forward, we do play a Western State team that's playing extremely well this year, coming off a big win against Adams State. It is a team that we just played, 3 weeks ago, I think the 26th of January, we were down there. So it's a quick turnaround, a lot of guys that we do know already. The thing with them is they have 5 guys basically averaging in double digits right now. So, and not one of them averaging 30 and the other one averaging 10. It's all right around that 15, 16 point mark. So you can't go in with that game plan like we tried to do against Colorado Mines, where you got to take away 2 30-point scores, try to limit them, and then make somebody else be, because you don't know who that's going to be. So it's got to be a full-fledged, like we talk about our 5 guys acting as one on the defensive side, and great team defense, because they can have any number of those guys kind of step up and do some different things for them. So as far as us on the offensive side, that's what we're just kind of, still trying to figure some things out as far as, post-wise, what we try to do, knocking down shots. It'd be nice to have a Troy Brady in there. I think he'll be back now. Some of those kind of things to be able to stretch us out, or stretch the defense out a little bit more. And hopefully we have everybody. I mean, you're coming down to the end of the year, and the guys don't want to miss games, I'll tell you that. We had 2 of them fight through practice. Actually, one yesterday that really fought through it, and then one today really fought through it. And they probably won't be around tomorrow, with the, some different stuff. So bottom line is, it's early on in the week, right? That's happening, so that's the exciting part. So now we can have them all on Friday night's game. Any questions on those few games? Coming forward. we do have a little kids camp coming up. One of the highlights, we've had some games moved and things throughout the year. We try not having our camp on a Saturday where we play games. So we've had to put it, kind of after the last game, so we don't be performing at halftime and things, but a great number have turned out for that, and it's just, our guys really love doing it and excited about getting those guys in the gym again for this weekend. And then we do have seniors night. We do have the 2 seniors. Brian Orr, been in our program, he's pushing, getting to that 1,000-point mark here coming up. If we hopefully would have had some more games and that kind of thing, we might have been able to get to that, but had a great career for us. And then one of our captains, Jordan Rude, a kid from Wyoming that's done some great things for us. Started out pretty decent, fought his way through, then he ended up playing behind 2 guys that were shooting 60% from the 3-point line, so he didn't get as many opportunities as I know he would have liked and we would have liked to have for him. But maybe a game for him to get in there a little bit and show us all what he can do, because we know he's more than capable of getting it done out there. So excited about those 2 seniors and what they've done for our program. We'll talk more about them moving forward here, but it is seniors night. Both their parents are going to be here. So it's a pretty special time for us, like Kevin kind of alluded to as well. They've been integral parts in our program. So anything for me? All right, I don't have anybody today with obviously a bunch of guys being sick, and then of course the career fair that's going on. One of the biggest parts of our guys, having opportunities to get internships, getting jobs. A lot of them are heading to that. It was starting late this morning and things. So with having that plus class, it's just tough to get out here as well. But hopefully we'll have somebody back next week. I think we're on campus next week again, so a little bit easier to sneak over there and ask them. But any questions? So nothing else for me. All right, thank you.
Coach, thank you, appreciate it. Women's basketball, Ryan Larsen.
I was the youngest sibling. Yeah, I always wanted to dress like my older brother, and so I knew what Jason was wearing today.
We talk a lot.
We talk a lot. We talk a lot. Looks good, doesn't he? Not as good as I look in this, but he looks good. Yeah. Seems like a long time ago. Last week, obviously, we were talking about the BH game. That 3-week stretch we had, being on the road, all right, 2 straight weeks, and coming back and having a quick turnaround and playing Colorado Mines last Saturday. That was a treacherous stretch for us, and we got through it okay. All right, 500, 3-3. Had our chances to, do really well there. Walk away 5-1, 4-2, that type of deal. But pleased with the outcome. Back to last Tuesday, really, I'm still scratching my head about that game, because I can honestly tell you that's as fine as a basketball we've played and took a loss. All right, we played extremely well. But sometimes that's just how it goes. All right, we were terrific defensively. We turned Black Hills State over 23 times, which is well above their season average. We really had them confused of how we were guarding them, switching. Doubling down on the post on certain players, not letting some of their offensive players get into the tendencies, how they like to score. We were phenomenal defensively. I was very, very pleased. The problem was they shot a season high from the arc, 51%, and a lot of those were bombs. They were deep. One of them was a contested 3 at the end of the first quarter. All right. We played extremely well defensively. Offensively, we were just as good. Defensively, Black Hills State is one of the better teams in the league. They are a tremendous defensive team. They're usually the one turning people over and getting out and scoring and running, stuff like that. They really mix it up between zone and man. They do a lot of different things, and they really pressure you. Our kids weren't bothered by their defense at all Tuesday. They weren't bothered at all, and we had a lot of good looks. They just didn't go in. That's the game of basketball. They didn't go in. If we just shoot our season average from the arc that game, just our season average, we win by 9. Okay, that's a tough pill for me to swallow. It really is. But you know what? It wasn't meant to be. And you know, I will be thinking about that game for quite a while, and probably until we play them next year. But all in all, I was so pleased with the way we played, because we did play a heck of a basketball game. We just didn't come away with a victory. But you know, again, on the bright side, we are getting better. Sometimes it's really tough to see in a loss how we're getting better. But man, we were just so good defensively, and we didn't let their defense bother us at all. And you know, the bright thing is we had a lot of really good shots. Yeah, again, tough pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, very, very pleased with the effort that our kids had and the way we played. Right after that game, the first thing I was concerned about, how are we going to respond? All right, how are our kids going to handle taking a tough loss and playing a really good team on Saturday? All right, a really good team, a team that handled us pretty good the first time we played them. You know, we took Wednesday off. We got back Thursday, and just the first few minutes of practice, I knew we were going to be okay. All right, the kids, they were focused in. Black Hills State was behind them, and they were ready for Colorado Mines. Had a good week or a couple days of practice there. Coach Richter had a phenomenal scout ready to go. We didn't do a whole lot differently than we did the first time. We just put an emphasis a lot more on rebounding. All right. I believe they had 21 offensive rebounds the first time we played them. We limited them, I believe it was 9 offensive rebounds Saturday. 2 key stats in that game. They averaged 15 offensive rebounds a game, held them to 9, and they get to the free throw line over 14 times a game. What'd they shoot, like 8 or 9 free throws, okay? So tremendous job by our young ladies of being physical on the glass, not letting them get offensive rebounds and easy putbacks, and then defending without fouling. And that is something that we really, really talk about a lot, is defending without fouling, okay? It's hard to do, all right? We ask our kids, hey, challenge shots, play physical, but defend without fouling. If you can keep teams out the free throw line, especially in women's basketball now, when you get to 5 fouls in a quarter and you're shooting free throws, that's a huge advantage. And it's good defense, and our kids do that better than anybody in the conference. I don't have stats to back that up. I would love to. There really should be a stat about that, but I just know, all right, that we do it better than anybody. And so those are the 2 biggest things right there that I thought we really improved on from the first time that we played them to help us get that victory. And then the other thing was just defending game plan wise, following a scout. Again, Coach Richter had a phenomenal scout put together, and the kids followed it to a T. Colorado Mines is a really good basketball team, really good team, and we played again exceptionally well. Had some clutch free throws down the stretch, a couple of clutch shots in that 4th quarter, and we really came away with a nice win. I thought, again, one of those games, I've been talking about this for a while now, we can go back to the loss at Colorado Mesa. We had a pretty average first quarter. That's probably being kind, but the rest of the 3 quarters, I felt we outplayed them. All right. Metro State, a team that obviously beat us again, up 9 at halftime. Had a real shaky start to the 3rd quarter, about 3 or 4 minutes there, but the rest of the game I really thought we outplayed them. Okay, I thought we outplayed Black Hills State. I take that the right way. I'm not knocking them. They won the game. All credit to them, but I really felt that we outplayed them. And again, similar on Saturday, I thought our kids just really outplayed them and played a fantastic basketball game. The other thing I really want to point out in that game, it got close there in the 4th quarter. I believe they tied it with maybe it was a 1-possession game with about 4 minutes. I think it was about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. All right, they took a 1-point lead. We came down, got a basket, we got a stop. Taylor Molstead stepped up, hit a huge 3. All right, her second just fantastic clutch 3 of the year. And we just really got stops after that, got to the free throw line, made plays defensively and offensively, and kind of stretched from there the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. So big time performance by our kids. That is a huge confidence booster for us for sure. All right, to beat a really good team on our home court, to give us momentum going into obviously this Friday, our next road trip, and then hopefully into the conference tournament if we can do our job and sneak into that sucker. As of right now, we are in a nice position. If we can get a win Friday, I'd feel a whole lot more comfortable, because there's not enough breathing room for us right now to say that, get our travel plans ready. But a win Friday would be give us a lot more breathing space for sure. Western State, you know, I talk about this team quite a bit, just how well coached they are. All right, they put you in tough positions defensively. All right, they're really good at getting to the rim. Again, we have to do a good job of one, defending without fouling, okay, rebounding, and then just defending in space, okay. If you have a chance to come watch this game Friday, they get to the rim probably better than any, well, not, you know, as well as anybody in the league as far as the way they play offensively. Coach Bonlander had the scout last time, fantastic scout. We're not going to change anything. Make some things better, all right? You can always do some things better, how we're going to defend them. And I'm just real confident in the way we're playing offensively right now. We've switched some things up. We've kind of gone to a little secondary offense we threw in a couple weeks ago. That's been really good for us. We're going to get more post touches from Anna and Molly. But then also our guards, you know, we're finally figuring out, hey, we can't live and die by the arc. We got to get to the rim a little bit more, and we're getting the free throw line more, which is really nice and good for us. I'm really confident in the way we're playing offensively right now. We will make some more shots, all right? I'm starting to wonder if our arms are a little tired. You know, you know that pitcher that you just, right, Mr. Lukin, too many innings, you just keep throwing them and throwing them. But I'm a little worried that our arms are tired, so we're not going to shoot as much as we normally do this week. Hopefully we can get those things nice and ready to go for Friday. But we will make some shots. We're too good of a shooting team to be in this kind of slump right now. But again, the good thing is we are finding different ways to score. Jason alluded to it, senior night. Man, we got 4 really outstanding seniors that I'm not going to talk too much about them because I mean it. I probably will get emotional about those 4. You know, each and every single one of them has something so special to them. You know, Krista Showalter has been the best leader that we've had here in my 5 years. You know, Peyton Humple, you know, she is so proud to put on a Hardrocker uniform every time she does it. And just how important her teammates are to her. She is probably one of the most selfless individuals I've ever been around. When she doesn't play well, you know, her guilt isn't about, man, I didn't do my job. It's that she's letting her teammates down. And that's just, you know, you can't get enough of those young ladies. Sarah Rawlings, she is our juice bringer, all right? Every day in practice, she doesn't see a whole lot of time on the floor, but that doesn't stop her bringing the energy in practice every single day, practicing hard, keeping her teammates energized, stuff like that. When we have shoot-arounds, we have this little thing. It's called we wake up the space. You know, we shoot around early in the morning. Doesn't matter if we're at home or on the road. You walk in the gym. It's a little cool. You know, it's quiet. It's early. Well, we got to wake up the space, and what that means, we got to get the juice going in the gym. And I just kind of, Sarah, we got to wake up the space. Yeah, coach, we got to wake up the space. She gets the team together. She gets them fired up. Wake up the space. They start chanting, "Wake up the space!" And by the time she's done, boom, we're ready to rock and roll. But that takes a very special individual who doesn't see a whole lot of playing time, but just buys into that role. We are really going to miss that. Stacy Hall, she hasn't seen the floor for the last year and a half, but you talk about, again, was one of the most selfless teammates I've ever seen, and just a complete mama bear who's going to take care of everybody on the roster. Again, you know, those 4 individuals are very, very special to me, as they are to our program. So it'd be great if y'all can come out, bring 5 friends with you, all right, to show those seniors just how much they mean to us in Hardrock women's basketball. Excuse me. So excited about Friday, really looking forward to it. Again, I really feel that we're getting better, and this is the time of year, I've talked about it for a while now, we need to start hitting our stride, and just so we can really cruise into that conference tournament, hopefully, and give ourselves a chance to keep playing. Any questions for me? Nothing. Good. Yes.
What's the cribbage standings between you and Jason?
We're coming down to the end of luncheon, so I could probably reveal it.
We got one more weekend.
Well, yeah.
We get a little trouble after recoup.
In case, well, let's just leave it at this. In case I don't bring it up the next few luncheons, I am undefeated, which means that Coach Henry is 0 for on the year.
No way.
Yeah, he is getting shut out.
Coach Henry.
You know, I've taken the high road so far. I've wanted to bring it up, but since you asked, no, I wasn't going to leave you hanging. Okay? I was going to glow. All right. There might have been a game where he didn't move his peg very far at all. And there might have been a game where I had the ultimate hand in cribbage and was down about 46 pegs in one hand. I'm not going to go too in depth. I could talk for 10 minutes on that, but it was a true story. It was a true story. It was the greatest comeback in all of cribbage history. It could be on ESPN3 here in the near future. It really
It should be. It was ridiculous.
it was fantastic. That's a great question.
You got a 29 hand?
Sure.
What's that?
4 or 5? That's the best hand you can have. You got a 29
You
hand?
got like 2 of them.
29 hands?
It was my crib.
It was
And
his
then
crib,
plus I
too.
pegged about 16 too.
He called like 14 people afterwards to tell me. He did. We couldn't play for like 20 minutes because he was calling people.
You can just imagine, I was rolling down the bus aisle like this. I was rolling down telling everybody, did you see that hand? I'll let Jason know every way possible for the next time. It was great fun.
How much time do you have to prepare to play him in cribbage?
Well, those are my scouting reports. All right, I'm really picking up on his tendencies.
Don't you
know?
feel guilty week after week?
No.
Okay, we've only played twice too, by the way. It's like my daughter was at the free throw competition the other day, and there was just her, so she won. You know, it wasn't like we played 50 different people. I mean, the details, of course, we won't talk.
You know, this kind of goes back to the youngest sibling. You know, I win and I'm out. You know, I go back to reading my book or watching Netflix or something like that. You know, I just let him mope about it a little bit.
He'll play once. If he wins, we're done for the rest of the trip. So.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That was the best question we had all year. Anything about basketball? All right. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate all your support. Again, I said on the radio with Mr. Mann, you know, that fourth quarter Saturday, good old Jim got loud, and it was ruckus. And our kids love that. We feed off it. Let's bring that juice again Friday for those seniors. Thank you guys.
Coach, thank you. And to wrap up on that note too, you know, I always try to underscore how proud we are of our scholar athletes. And this Friday is the chance to come out and again show them how proud we are of them. So please come out to the games on Friday night, 5:30 and 7:30. Root loud, go crazy, and show them how much they mean to us. And then on Saturday, track and field up at Black Hill State. If you can get up there, please do that also. Very important. We're starting to get into tax season, so just a general reminder, hey, when you get your tax return, give it to the Hardrock Club, right? Hardrockclub.org/give. That's easy. You can do that anytime. So please, please, please do so. Thank you to Brad Bloom, to Anita Brenneman for all your help. This doesn't happen without you guys, so thank you very much. Thank you once again to Pizza Ranch and Steve Cronin. They always do a fantastic job for us. We love being here. So if you get a chance, say thank you on the way out the door. And everybody, thank you for all of your loyalty and support of the Hardrockers. We appreciate you, and we can't get it done without you. So thank you.